The reason Meghan launched that empty lifestyle brand and why WME is fuming about it, why Kris Jenner sent her boyfriend to spy on Harry, and how every celebrity in the world is choosing Catherine over Meghan. This and more on tonight's show. Hello and welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. And first, we have to decipher a secret that is in plain sight on Meghan's new monogram. Many people have spotted these strange characters scattered all over that design, and one that is prominently on top of the monogram is a poorly disguised H. Now, your first idea must be that this H refers to Harry, right? That would make sense, the patriarch of the Montecito house. But no, it has nothing to do with Harry, because it so happens that I did some digging. I did some research. I greased a few palms at the Trademark and Copyright Office, and I got some confidential documents that revealed Meghan's original brand concept for her lifestyle blog. And the original name was American Heritage Orchard. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds nice. Sounds even nicer than American Riviera Orchard. Now, if this design was discarded, why did Meghan discard it? I have tried to come up with an explanation to this, but as much as I put my mind onto it, I cannot come up with a definitive answer. But if you have any ideas, my rogues, I will be glad to hear them. I'm sure that you can come up with a nice explanation to why Meghan is not using this brand anymore. But in the creativity department, you know that Meghan is not that gifted after all, because she is not shy about lifting ideas from other people, just like 5button found on X. Is that she's pinched Martha Stewart's TV show title. The title is Martha Knows Best. And as you probably already know, American Riviera Orchard, the wordmark of the name of the lifestyle blog, is owned by a company called Mama Knows Best. So you know that I have cited Picasso a couple times in the sense that good artists copy and great artists steal. In that regard, well, Meghan must be the greatest artist stealing but not really creating anything. Well, what I'm about to reveal, I need to put the word allegedly in front, but I got quite good sources about this. The explanation as to why did Meghan launch a lifestyle brand without trademark, without products, without reviews, and of course, without celebrities already using her products for outreach. And the fact is that this was a draft of an idea. This was not even half-baked. This was just a draft, just a concept. There was nothing beside an empty website that you can already see and the empty Instagram page. That's it. Oh, and that horror video. So how can she launch this having nothing? And the thing is that WME, the PR company that's running Meghan's PR up until April, so they have 1 month left to the contract to expire, they told Meghan to just wait a few months until whatever she was going to do on Netflix about cooking, because she's preparing a cooking show. Wait until that moment and then release the brand. Release the brand at the same time as the cooking show. That would have been perfect, because that will give you time for the trademark to be approved and to build your roster of celebrities using your products. But what did Meghan do? Whatever she wanted. She wanted the brand to release the same day of the Diana Legacy Awards, and she did exactly that. And I'm sure that she did it herself. And that's why that Instagram is a hot mess, because that would have made sense, right? Release your lifestyle blog together with your cooking show, and you would have that brand synergy between them. That would have made sense from a business perspective. But the problem is that Meghan, as I have said many times, is not interested in business. She's interested in the fame, in the mentions, in the social media cloud and engagement. Even if it's infamy, that's the only thing that she craves. And she could not stand Catherine having all the attention. And I'm going to talk about Catherine in a minute. But now, I posed this question yesterday as to why is Harry hanging out with Kris Jenner's boyfriend? I mean, it's not that you can't make new friends, but it's odd when someone, in this case Harry, spends so much time away from his children. It must be important, right? It must be for a reason. I don't know, but the fact that he was hanging out with Kris Jenner's boyfriend has a lot to do with the fact that a few months ago, we knew that Kris Jenner was in secret talks for collaboration with Meghan Markle and Kardashian family. We talk about that picture of Doria with Kris and Kim, and they were all hanging out, smiling, and for some reason Meghan was not there. Or maybe Doria was doing the talking. Maybe Doria is the one who knows how to do the negotiation, since we already know that Meghan's business acumen is hindered by her desire of fame. So that was happening a while back, and I remember that 2 years ago I made a video about that topic for my Body Language Guy channel, and some of you remember that analysis in which I said that this will be utter desperation. I said back then that a reality show would finish her career, and in a sense it would, because she would have to completely change her brand to another thing. She essentially would have to become a Kardashian. So the answer as to why Harry was hanging out with Kris Jenner's boyfriend is because the boyfriend was sent to explore a bit of Harry's psyche. This was not to explore ideas. We already know how that exploring ideas went with Spotify, right? That Harry is so thick that they spent 1 whole year and nothing came of that. This was directly to spy on Harry to see what can be exploited in terms of a reality show, because that's what Kris Jenner is. She is the main strategist of the Kardashian family, and she's always looking for ways to multiply that outrage and influence. Silly thing is that when it comes to clout chasing, her daughter Kim Kardashian, 300 million followers on Instagram, she couldn't help but just jump on the Catherine is missing bandwagon. She shared on Instagram a strange picture with the caption, "On my way to go find Kate." By the way, she made sure to look taller on that photo. And Kim Kardashian was not the only celebrity to jump on the Catherine photogate bandwagon, because Blake Lively also tweeted this: "Sorry, it's been a minute. I've been busy. Here's a new photo I did today to announce blah, 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 some products." And she used a very lousy Photoshop image. So you poke fun at what happened with Catherine, I guess. But I don't think these are the circumstances to be poking fun, at least yet. And Lively's company retweeted her with, "Like many amateur photographers, our founder does occasionally experiment with editing." But at the bright side, you know that all these people coming out of the woodwork and all of a sudden having an interest in the royal family, and more precisely, Catherine, it is a good way of revealing who are the true friends and who are not. We need to remember that Blake Lively is married to Ryan Reynolds, who I admire a lot. And Ryan is a marketing powerhouse, so I would not be surprised at the same time that he has something to do with Lively's marketing campaigns. So either way, this could be seen as just poking fun at Catherine, but the problem is that the circumstances of attacks from the mainstream media, from the Sausage Squad, from anti-monarchists, I think it's not the right timing for this kind of jokes. At least that's my opinion. And even Meghan is trying to clout chase the Catherine photogate bandwagon. Meghan Markle, genuinely worried, tries reaching out to Kate Middleton. And this is the reason why I never check news.com.au again, because the pictures that they chose for Meghan and Catherine are all that you need to know to figure out they don't have the best intentions towards the royal family. Now, it's not that hard to see why so many people are jumping on this trend, because even Adobe Photoshop's share price surged by 2.6 billion pounds after Princess Catherine picture row. This must have made everyone see dollars in their eyes. They realize this is a way to make quick bucks. Either people who joke about the situation or the mainstream media that keep pushing attacks about Catherine's picture, which is baffling to anyone watching from the outside. But that is exactly what is happening. Now, have you spotted a trend so far that all these celebrities are not talking about American Riviera? No. These celebrities are not talking about Meghan at all. Nobody has mentioned her. All these celebrities, some as a joke, some as opportunists, but all these celebrities know who brings the attention, who brings the actual clicks. It is not Meghan. It is Catherine. And even if those are ill-intentioned jokes, they are helpful to see who everyone prefers to mention, who everyone prefers to be related to, who is the real trendsetter. And even People magazine on the cover with the title Royals in Turmoil has the King, Prince William, Harry, Catherine, and the Duchess of Sausages is missing from this. Can you imagine how Meghan is feeling about this? More smashing plates at Montecito. And speaking of Montecito, I found it interesting that Meghan added the Montecito term to her brand. Like she effectively is gonna stay at Montecito for a while. So can't you imagine people that have been born in Montecito, that have spent there all their lives, and Meghan is appropriating their town brand? And yes, they are fuming because nobody consulted them. Nobody asked any sort of permission. And maybe legally, maybe Meghan didn't have to ask permission for that. But it would have been nice if she notified in advance or consulted with someone about this move. Because it's like she just moves in 4 years ago, and with just 4 years as a resident, she goes and launches a brand to earn money off the town's brand because, of course, a town is a brand itself. And if the Montecito residents have made sure to build that brand, it should be infuriating that Meghan is going to capitalize on other people's brand building. Don't get me wrong, maybe you don't care about the millionaires and billionaires who live there, but precisely because there are millionaires and billionaires, that's the reason why the Montecito name or brand is valuable, so it should not be used by anybody. And that is exactly what Meghan is doing. That's why residents are fuming about this. And it's a bit sad to see how Meghan's fans are trying to play reaching 500,000 followers like a big milestone, like it's huge, when it's not. Because my question is, if Meghan has so many fans and the Sussex Royal Instagram has more than 9 million followers, then where are those 9 million followers? Where are those? And don't get me started, because I don't believe that every single one of those 500k followers of American Riviera Orchard are real. You know how are things with Instagram? If you hide likes or comments, if you don't let people react on your posts, you can buy all the bots that you want, because nobody will be able to distinguish between real people or bots. Because what distinguishes real people are comments. If you have comments locked or disabled, and you can bet that this will have comments locked forever, then nobody will be able to tell how many bots did you buy to reach any amount of followers on Instagram. But I told you that American Riviera Orchard was going to be an ever-ending source of memes and jokes and humor for us. And this has not disappointed, because now we have members of the Sausage Squad going on GV News Live, like this lady that you can see right there in the screenshot, claiming, among other things, that Meghan was forced to launch her brand out of time. And when she is asked the obvious question, who forced Meghan, this lady claims, oh, I cannot say that. And the chap with the white shirt says the quiet part out loud. Grifters gonna grift. And everyone just laughed. It was amazing to watch. But when these people cannot defend Meghan and her shenanigans, they will try to bring the royal family down, such as this. Vogue magazine: why is Meghan Markle being criticized for American Riviera orchard when King Charles III has been selling his own jam for decades? And my rogues, I know that you're going to jump into the comments right now, and I invite you to do so. But the Metra already has the answer to this, because all of King's profits go to charity. As simple as that. These are the kind of things that most people just don't know, and that's why outlets such as Vogue magazine exploit people's ignorance to trigger them into believing that Meghan is being unfairly criticized, which in fact, no, it is not an unfair criticism. It's a criticism, and that's it. But they have worse problems to address, such as Harry. Guards at Prince Harry's Africa Conservation Charity face new allegations. And I cannot even mention those allegations, but this is not looking good. And Harry hasn't said a word yet. He's playing dementia like a pro. And the more he keeps delaying any statements, the worse will be this explosion of the scandal when all is finally revealed. But not everyone is attacking Catherine. In this case, the king of gossip, Paris Hilton, is defending her. The Princess of Wales is keeping her private medical information private, as she should. Loose lips sink ships. Hashtag Kate Middleton. Hashtag Princess Catherine. And I think in no universe, Paris Hilton could be considered a 100% good guy, because the man has had all kind of controversies and clashes with celebrities. But this proves that common sense can come from anywhere. And it's not only high-profile gossipers. We also have this from Lori Lee Big on X. Took my bestie to Taylor Swift night. Taylor Swift night is just a club with a DJ playing Taylor Swift songs. This is not a Taylor Swift event. Taylor Swift was not here. Just her songs played by a DJ. And they dedicated I Know Places to Catherine. And they not only played this song, but they also put this huge display with a video montage of very nice moments of Catherine. And I did some research on those lyrics, I Know Places, and they sound interesting. Something happens when everybody finds out. See the vultures circling dark clouds. 'Cause they got the cages, they got the boxes. They are the hunters, we are the foxes. And we run. Baby, I know places we won't be found, and they will be chasing their tails trying to track us down. 'Cause I know places we can hide. I know places, I know places. I interpret this like the DJ wanted to say Catherine is being circled by the vultures of the press. So it fits. And I would like to give a friendly reminder that I see both fans and haters of William and Catherine claiming that she's gonna be back on Easter. And that is misleading, because the statement from Kensington Palace was quite clear about this. It said the words after Easter. When exactly? Well, nobody knows, but we need to stick to the original communication and understand that Easter is the bare minimum and nothing is guaranteed. And I want to mention this question from Irene Brit USA. For such a litigious couple, why have Harry and Meghan not sued the royal authors who claimed Meghan bullied her 3-year-old niece and palace employees? Why haven't they sued Tom Bower, who claimed that Doria disappeared from Meghan's life from the ages of 5 to 18? This was contrary to what was portrayed on Netflix, yet no lawsuit or even a statement. None of the authors who have written about Meghan and Harry have been sued by them. They also haven't lied to the courts or blamed foreign translators for the content of their manuscripts. But, rogues, I would love to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. And remember, much love and bliss.